It's gonna be the fourth time I'm gonna see you tonight. I was first in Sona, Barcelona in June, on August in Sicily, touring a month ago.
Wow.
So this is the fourth time.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and I want to ask you, are you tired? Because at the end of the season I feel quite exhausted.
We are tired today because we caught a flight from Germany at 5 and we got up at 5:30 in the morning or something like that. So today we're tired, but it comes and goes. We're pretty used to it now.
Okay, because I saw your gig list it's enormous, it's long. So are you going to tour a lot more? Or?
No, actually this to the middle of December is kind of the end of this tour, and then next year we're not going to really play very many shows at all, and I'm going to make some more music.
Okay,
again.
so you are used to touring this kind of way?
Yeah, we the same with Andorra. We toured a lot, and then I took a year entirely off just to make music, and then so we kind of take it big for 1 year, and then not so much the next year.
You're going back in studio now in December?
Yeah.
For a new album?
Yeah, the studio just means my apartment, so.
Okay, yeah, I know.
As they watch themselves go.
I think that there is a sort of evolution. You know, in 2004 you had Soulwax and Electro. After you have, I don't know, Chick 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 and LCD Sound System, Punk Funk and New Wave. Now you got Swim, Caribou, and a sort of psychedelic disco. Do you think that it's an evolution that is real, or it's just something that happened?
And there's definitely a continuing trend, which has been happening maybe for more years than that, of just electronic music and live music coming closer together, and the technology that would used to have separated the two, it just is easy to kind of blend the two things together now. So that's going to continue for sure, I'd imagine, you know. And for me, making this record was really inspired by club music, not kind of indie club music, but you know, proper dance music or whatever. That was what was really exciting to me. But then releasing a record, I thought, you know, those people aren't going to hear my record because they're only interested in dance music. My perception was that the two worlds were kind of split, but really I've got emails from people who are, you know, people like Carl Craig or whatever, who are properly in the dance music world, but listening to, well, I think he's a bad example because he always listens to lots of diverse music, but it seems like people are paying attention to both worlds or whatever. Yeah.
Okay. I know there is out now an album of remixes, Swim, and there are a lot of producers I love, like Iconica, and I don't know, James Holden, Motor City Drum Ensemble, Wolves, and so I think that there is a good part of dance music in your record.
Pretty much everybody on that record is either somebody who inspired making the record or somebody whose music I found out after the record was finished and really loved their music. It was genuinely about being excited by their music. That's why I wanted to get them to do a remix. But I mean, one of the big influences over the last like 4 years of my music is James Holden's music.
I know.
I mean, you know, Kieran and James and I are all good friends, and Kieran lives right around the corner, and we kind of, he's probably the person that I talk to about music the most. And have you heard this record? Share the kind of excitement about music that we're hearing. And last year when we were making these two records, we were going out to the same clubs, we were kind of excited about the same music.
Yeah, I think that
it makes sense.
Parallel.
Yeah, they really are. I mean
When you were younger, you were clubbing a lot or not?
No, I actually, because I grew up out in the middle of nowhere, I mean, outside a small town.
Okay.
And so I got into electronic music when I was a teenager. And, you know, actually, I remember the first time going to like a kind of club type thing. It was a rave in somebody's basement in the town that I lived. And Plastic Man was playing there because he's local. I mean, he's just from just down the road. So, and that was like, what the hell is this? This is, you know, it's something totally different for me. I didn't even really go, because I was kind of set out in the countryside, I didn't really go to many concerts or many clubs. I just kind of focused on doing my own thing because I couldn't drive until I was 16 or whatever, and
Okay.
that kind of stuff too.
Now you live in London,
Yeah.
and it's different, or for the electronic scene. I think that now London is the most important town for electronic music. Not Paris, not Berlin, like 4 or 10 years ago,
Yeah.
but London.
It really seems like that to me. I mean, that's another big part of why this record came out the way it did. I think every week I'd be hearing kind of a new exciting record produced by somebody from London, somebody like really young, 19 years old,
Yeah.
produced this crazy record. And then, you know, there are different nights going on all over town. It seems like an exciting place. And like you say, like 5 years ago, you know, I've lived in London for almost 10 years. And 5 years ago, there wasn't anything like that going on. And now it seems like it's come back again, which is part of the excitement of it for me.
And you got a best gig for this tour, the one which was particular.
It's almost impossible to choose. I mean, I often mention the one in Sicily. That was amazing.
Yeah.
In that setting and playing there was fantastic. Also, another one that I often mention the same ones. I could pick lots of them. We played a free concert in Chicago to 10,000 people in this big, like down by the lake. And then halfway through the show, or actually near the end of the show, all of them started running towards the stage or like dancing towards the stage. So we were just playing, watching 10,000 people coming out of the stage. That was a crazy experience.
Incredible.
Yeah.